Hi friends, welcome again to Queen's Kitchen. Today we are going to make vanilla cake. Along with vanilla cake, I'll show you how to make a buttercream icing as well as ganache. So let's go to the recipe and have a look how to make vanilla cake. For vanilla cake, I'm taking plain flour in a food processor. Quantity you're looking at the bottom, along with baking soda and baking powder and 1 cup of sugar, and I'm taking some margarine as well. Make sure the quantity remains the same as are you looking at the screen as it's showing up. Now in a food processor we'll just grind it or make it like a fine powder or like a bread crumbs. And another bowl, I'm just taking some vanilla extract because this is vanilla cake, so vanilla extract is a little bit more than amount. And also I'm taking some vegetable oil followed by some water and vinegar. And I'm adding some salt as well, and I'll transfer that liquid into our material and mix it together, and we will just make it into a fine paste in a bowl. We'll just whisk it and make sure there are no lumps and it's a fine paste like this. Now I'll prepare the pan for baking. I'm just spraying some oil and sprinkling some plain flour on top of it just to make a fine layer, a very thin layer of plain flour so our batter or cake doesn't stick onto it. And we'll just transfer our cake material to it. And I'm adding some red food color, but you can also skip this step and just make it this as the same as I made before. I'm just giving it a marble look, like a red marble look, but it's totally optional. And my oven is already preheated at 170 degrees and I'm baking it for 20-25 minutes. And after that time I've checked it and my cake is all done, and I'm just covering it with aluminium foil and let it cool down. And in the meantime I'll make my buttercream. For that I have taken some butter, and which is softened on a room temperature, and whisk it in a mixer as you can see. And I'm adding some icing sugar to it, and quantity is already showing up on a screen. Make sure you adhere to quantities because in baking it's really important to adhere to the quantities, and it has to be the same to get the good baking products. Now we'll just start whisking it on again, and we will just keep on scraping from the mixer as well so that doesn't stick. And attachment, you have to use this attachment for the mixer to get the fine buttercream. This is especially made up for the buttercream or for the icing if you want to just make it. Now we'll just do it on high speed until the butter color will change to more white in shade now. And after 10 minutes, and I'm adding some of strawberry extract or vanilla extract you can add. I'm adding a little bit of more sugar, but it's up to you what you want to add. For except vanilla extract, you can also add some milk as well, but with vanilla or my strawberry extract the consistency is perfect which I need for my icing, so I didn't add any extra milk to it. It's firm as well as soft at the same time, which is perfect for icing. And I'm transferring it to the bowl as you can see, and we will go to our next step, which will be our ganache. For that I have taken boiling water and I've placed a glass bowl in it, and I'm adding chocolate chips or milk chocolate. You can also add dark chocolate, but I'm using milk, and also add sour cream or a full cream to it. I'm using sour cream here, but you can also use full cream instead of sour cream, and keep on mixing until chocolate melts and cream boils, and it will turn into a nice ganache, and it will change color as well. And I will show you. Keep on mixing until it melts, and see, this is a perfect ganache which we were after. And we will turn off the flame now. And now we look into, I've made 2 cakes with the same method, and I'm just balancing it on top of my cake stand and taking extra bits off which I don't need, and I level it into proper level so that it looks leveled when I ice it. And now flip it over, because the bottom part is more flatter as compared to the upper part. And now I'm just icing it, put the icing buttercream on top of it, and I will place another cake on top of it, and you can see it's nicely leveled and very plain from all the sides. And now I will start putting my buttercream, which is a first coating, which is also called crumb coating. And for this cake where I'm using ganache, I'm just using crumb coating. I'm not using the buttercream a lot. And I'm just putting my ganache into a icing bag, and it is still warm, which has to be warm for proper icing, otherwise ganache doesn't work. And I will just make a very tiny hole at the end, and by turning my turntable, and you can see I have a cardboard in bottom of my cake so that I don't have to transfer it, and it is all good to go after I finish icing. So I'll slowly keep on turning my table. So you can also do it quickly. I'm just doing the very slow move just to get the thick streaks of my ganache. But if you do it very fast paced, then it will be very thin streaks. It's all up to you. And leftover ganache I'm putting on top of cake just to cover my buttercream. The flavor of this cake is just really good. It's multiple flavors. I added some vanilla essence, it's because it's vanilla cake in the sponge, then strawberry in my buttercream, and chocolate on top of it. It tastes really good, so make sure you try it at home. And with the practice you can get perfect into icing techniques. You can use your own innovations. See, my icing is almost done. I'm just giving a finishing touch by piping bag. I've used the nozzle, the star nozzle, to get the flowers on top and the bottom, just to give a final look. So it's all up to you what kind of look you want, and you can innovate and use your own methods to decorate it. And at the last, because this is a birthday cake, so I'm just I'm just placing one doll, which is a toy doll, on top of it, and adding some sprinkles just to give it a finishing touch. You can also have some fresh fruits on top of it instead of buttercream. It's all up to you. And now our cake is done. See, I can show you from all the sides. And our vanilla cake is all ready to go. You make sure you make it at home and leave the comments that how you like it, and I'll bring you more recipes in future. Until then, bye.